Hey everybody, Morgan here. A few of you have asked how I've been cutting my veneers, shop cut veneers on my bandsaw. I'm creating a TV lift cabinet now. The exterior is going to be Oregon Claro walnut, which is here, and the inside of the cabinet will be veneered with Port Orford cedar. So it should be a nice contrast. But some of you have asked, how do I set up my bandsaw? How do I manage drift and make sure the angle's right, the vertical and horizontal drifts, if you will? And I've made my own MDF board, or fence rather, and here I'll turn the camera around to show you. So here is the fence that I've made, and it's about 10 inches tall with MDF. I've got it clamped straight. I'm not even using my Laguna. This is a Laguna 14BX. I think it's only a 1 horsepower machine, so you don't need a real powerful machine. I'm using a 1/2 inch Diemaster 2 blade, and so it's pretty basic equipment. And I'm setting it up for 3/32 thick veneers. So here's an example of one of the Port Orford cedar veneers. And to get your cuts right, there's a few things you can do. One is you take just a stick, I'll hold this up close so you can see I've cut a curve down on the table. And then as the blade's running, I take it up about 6 inches, and that should fit right in that same curve. If it doesn't, your vertical fence is off. A little more tricky is the drift in the horizontal plane. And I don't want to change this right now to show you, but what I do is I move everything out of the way, I keep the blade wide open, and I take a piece of stock. Let's say, this isn't a good example, but at least I'd say 3 inches tall. I draw a line down the center, and I'll push that through fairly firmly against the blade and try and follow that line I drew. Then I turn the bandsaw off without touching this piece. Take a pencil, mark that, and then that is your drift. You move your fence to that line, and that should take care of the horizontal drift. The other thing, and these are all things I've been taught, and the other thing is, as you're going through with your wood, to avoid the marks that you'll get, the bandsaw marks, try and keep a consistent flow all the way through. When you pause, the blade fluctuates, and it will cause some of those patterns in your wood, which you then need to plane off, and you lose some of your thickness. And I use a push paddle like this, giving me pressure against the fence, and I have this ready to go for pushing the wood through. And I've got a few of the extended table supports here on both the back and the front end. That's my setup. Hope that helps.